Extreme people are saying it could hit 3,000 this year. If they go to war, it may well hit 3,000. I don't see it hitting 3,000, but I do see it hitting around 2,800. And again, we don't give financial advice. We're trend forecasters. Think for yourself. Think about this now. For how long? Virtually every issue of the Trends Journal. We said if Iran goes to war with Israel and the United States becomes involved in it, you're going to see Brent crude go to above $130 a barrel. The street's saying now $100 a barrel. Even if it goes to $100 a barrel, it's going to crash. Now, at 100, it won't. 120, 130, it'll crash the global economy and the equity market.
In today's news recap, Goldman Sachs sees gold's price at $3,000 by year's end. Analysts at Goldman Sachs see the current dip in gold's price as temporary and expect the price to be at or above $3,000 per ounce by year's end. Goldman Sachs sees continued tailwinds for gold amid an ongoing flight to safety due to geopolitical risks, continued buying of the commodity by central banks, and rising demand among Asian households. Gold demand in China is particularly strong, notes Goldman Sachs, with the People's Bank of China, PBOC, increasing its gold reserves for 17 consecutive months. In March alone, the PBOC added 160,000 ounces of gold to its reserves of the precious metal. The gold accumulation reflects a broader trend among central banks to diversify their reserves and lessen their reliance on the US dollar, the world's reserve currency. Gold's price has risen in recent days after the U.S. Federal Reserve hinted that interest rate cuts could be on the horizon and ruled out any further rate increases. Lower interest rates increase gold's appeal as they reduce yields on fixed income assets such as bonds. Now, we'll show you the best clips of the latest interview, but first, smash the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss out our daily recaps. Enjoy the episode.
So gold's flat, but still, what is it? As it went on the air, $2,656 an ounce. Up over $600 an ounce since we made the forecast. This would be a golden year for gold. And this is just the beginning. Now, even the mainstream people are saying it could hit 3,000 this year. If they go to war, it may well hit 3,000. I don't see it hitting 3,000, but I do see it hitting around 2,800. And again, we don't give financial advice. We're trend forecasters. Think for yourself. Eurozone business activity slipped back into contraction last month. Yeah, no shit. How long have we been saying this? The HCOB's Composite Purchasing Managers Index for the block, compiled by S&P Global, dropped to 49.6% in September. It was at 51 in August. So a mark below 50 is contraction. And again, with these wars ramping up, a bad situation is going to be made much, much worse. And let's see what else. The composite output price index dropped to 51.5 from 53. You ready? That's the lowest since early 2021. Early 2021, the height of the COVID war. All right? So you better prepare for bad times because it's only going to get worse. Australian businesses in slump. This is news.com.au. More than 11,000 companies have gone bust in the past year. Yep. The record a dramatic 39% drop in insolvencies. Fashion industry faces sales slide, upheaval. No kidding. We keep saying this over and over again. The fish rots at the head down, from the top down, or the head down. because Levi Strauss cuts revenue outlook for year. Who wear the fucking dungarees? Look like shit. Aston Martin warns on profits. Auto sales are idling as prices remain high. Europe car sector conditions take turn for the worse. All right? Do I have to keep going on with this? Oh, you ready? Reuters. The beleaguered U.S. office property market may be bottoming out, analysts told Reuters. You know what that is?
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
It ain't bottoming out. The bottom hasn't even gotten near yet. Throughout 2023 and 2020, started 24, many developers and lenders chose to extend maturing loans with new terms or held off a sale to avoid recording a big loss. You got it. They're rigging it. It's only going to work for so long. Now you got the here. Since the end of the first quarter in the U.S., there were 7 office properties sold at a discount of more than $100 million. I mean, it's a fucking joke. They go, prices for office buildings have fallen 12.4% year over year in the second quarter. This thing, how about last year? This thing's going down big. Not one word about how this is going to have the banks go bust. And when that happens, you better bank on it, because the office building bust is going to do it. It's a ticking time bomb for banks. No one other than the Trends Journal is speaking about it.
In today's news recap, silver price rises to near 31.50 due to rising geopolitical tensions. Silver price extends its gains for the second consecutive day, trading around 31.50 per troy ounce during the European hours on Wednesday. The upside of the silver prices is attributed to the safe haven flows amid escalating geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. Iran launched over 200 ballistic missiles at Israel on Tuesday, shortly after the U.S. had warned that a strike was imminent. The Israel Defense Forces reported that several of the missiles were intercepted, according to Bloomberg. On Tuesday, the weaker than expected numbers made room for the U.S. Federal Reserve to continue lowering rates. The index came at 47.2 for September, matching the reading with August's print, but came in below the market expectation of 47.5. However, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said on Monday the central bank is not in a hurry and will lower its benchmark rate gradually over time. The CME FedWatch tool indicates that markets are assigning a 62.7% probability to a 25 basis point rate cut by the Federal Reserve in November, while the likelihood of a 50 basis point cut is 37.3%, down from 57.4% a week ago. Prolonged higher interest rates keep the opportunity cost higher of holding non-yielding assets like silver, making it less appealing to investors who seek more attractive, yield-bearing alternatives. Silver demand has been bolstered by China's fiscal and monetary stimulus, particularly benefiting industrial applications in one of the world's largest manufacturing hubs. However, weaker than expected demand growth in China, compounded by data indicating a decline in manufacturing activity, might have limited the upside potential of the gray metal. Now we'll show you the best clips of the latest interview, but first smash the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss out our daily recaps. Enjoy the episode.
He called this a religious war. Why is the United States involved in a religious war? At the Peace and Freedom rally we had here, that was sensational, and the wonderful, wonderful people that came and the generous donations we got from people. I read some of George Washington's farewell address. He said, don't get involved in this stuff. It's been going on for thousands of years. And he mentions about religion. This is in our interest. What if I don't believe in your religion? Not telling you to believe in mine. Don't tell me you believe in yours. But that's the way they write it. The S&P lost 0.17%, blah, blah, blah. The Dow Jones Industrial slid 184 points. NASDAQ down a bit. What else? U.S. crude futures rose more than 5%. Yeah, Brent crude was up. We went on the air. It's at almost $78 a barrel. This is just the beginning. We've been writing in the Trends Journal now. By the way, you go back to one of our top trends for 2023, Middle East meltdown. We warned this was going to happen. The only magazine in the world. And when you go back to oil, we've been warning about this now for how long? Virtually every issue of the Trends Journal. We said if Iran goes to war with Israel and the United States becomes involved in it, you're going to see Brent crude go to above $130 a barrel. The street's saying now $100 a barrel. Even if it goes to $100 a barrel, it's going to crash. Now, at 100, it won't. 120, 130, it'll crash the global economy and the equity markets. And remember, when all else fails, they take you to war. So get ready for a false flag attack. That's right. America has to fight Iran. We have to stand up for Israel. And this way, Kamala Harris will get boosted in the polls, just like little Georgie Bush. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden, dead or alive, and 98% of the people swallowed his crap. This is serious.
What do you think of Celente's predictions? Is he spot on? Do you disagree with him? Post in the comments section your honest opinion and share with the stackers if you're preparing for a major recession in the upcoming months. Now check this video right here and I'll see you on the other side.